what happens when you love it and you keep doing it and doing it, and God intervenes and comes down, and all of a sudden you take off. That's when your shit has got to kick in. Oh, that's when you have to be the artist that you and the person that you've always wanted to be. That's when you have to find a voice that separates you from the rest. What is it? It's Sanford Meisner always said it. It's the most powerful thing. The most powerful question you can ask is why. And that was me. Why do I have to lose weight? Why is it that I have a deep voice and a wide nose and people keep saying, but your character, you're not pretty, so you understand you can't be the love interest. Why can't I be the love interest? Why not? And all of a sudden, something opened in me that said, where I'm at, my voice, whatever, I could do whatever I want with the character and I can make it my own. I can just go out there and slay dragons. You know, it's like Elizabeth said, it's like Michelle says, fear. It's like they say, courage is fear with prayer. You have to have the courage. Exactly what kind of artist you want to be. There is nothing that's going to tell me that you don't. You just have to have the courage to be able to step out and do it. And that means you have a whole lot of people around you going, what the hell are you doing that for? Because I want to. Because when I go to my grave, that's what I want. That's me.
Good morning and welcome to another conversation with Mose. And as always, I pray life is treating you well, exceptionally well, wherever you are in the world, and that you're one day closer to your dreams, hopes, prayers, and aspirations coming true. Decided to do something a little different. Well, not that different. And I decided to add a quote from the great actress herself, Viola Davis. She is one of my absolute favorite black actresses, really of all time. She's like in the top 5 of wonderful actresses. And I was feeling inspired and decided to use one of her quotes, one of her many quotes of greatness in terms of inspiring predominantly black people, but people in general, women, black men, generations of people that look to her, and she knows the platform that she has and she knows the fan base that she has. So I really admire her for using it and for inspiring it and just letting people know that she's human first, that she's a human being. And I also have to say that if you haven't read her book, please get it. Please just get her autobiography. It is actually a wonderful, life-changing, thought-provoking book. One of the most transparent autobiographies I think I've ever read. I don't know if I could be that honest as much as she was. She was very, very, very honest and very soul-bearing, if you will. But my subject for today, and it's been a while since I've done a podcast, but my subject for today is, what's your plan, black man? Let me say it again. What's your plan, black man? And again, I also want to say that my podcasts are for everyone, but I'm speaking to my brothers, to inspire them as I inspire myself. So, because I do feel like we are getting a short end of the stick in recent years. That's just my personal opinion. I think we are. Nothing against black women, nothing against other groups. But black men seem to be trailing in a lot of areas, and I really want to talk about it. But for me, why I say, what's your plan, black man, is what is your plan? It's sometimes you got a plan A, you got a plan B, you got to have a plan C. And I'm speaking from personal experience. I've gone through a lot of changes personally, professionally throughout my life, specifically these last few years. And I've had to rearrange my plans. So now I go with the mindset of, okay, plan A, if this doesn't work, I'll do this. If this doesn't work out, I'll do that. And what I mean by that is that we have to move with disappointment. We have to move with failure. We have to keep moving. We can't sit still because something fell through. Something didn't happen the way we thought it should. And I'm learning that every day. I really am. And it's I had to take a break, to be honest with you. I had to take a soul searching break from podcasting and from social media. I mean, I've been on it, but I really haven't been saying much. I really haven't. I haven't had a podcast in probably about a month. And I needed to have something to say, and not from a depressed place or an angry place, because I don't believe in complaining. I just don't. You'll never get that from my podcast. If I'm complaining about it, then I have a solution or what I'm going to do, my plan to overcome it. And that's why I can't listen to other podcasts. I mean, certain ones, what's the solution is where I am. You know, I'm not going to get into the political climate. We already know what that is. I'm not using it for that either. My thing is, how do we work around it? What's our plan? And I'm talking about the poor man's plan. I'm not talking about what rich people do. I'm talking about what do the everyday working class American, no matter what race you are, what are we doing? What's our plan? Because I don't expect anybody to knock on my door and just take care of me. I just don't expect that. So we have to kind of come up with our own plan, even if it's written in pencil. Write it down, make it plain, and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And like Viola said, find your voice and do that. Because I can honestly say at 56 years old, I really don't care what people think about me. I mean, more and more every day, I care less and less and less, which is giving me a freedom that I have never had before, ever. From the way I wear my hair, from the way I walk, talk, articulate. I don't feel the need to explain myself to people anymore. My decisions, my choices. And I can honestly say that I am working on a plan, several plans. And I'm the one of those people that I know how to multitask. And I'm learning to rest, not to overwhelm myself, not to do too much, but do enough to feel like I'm producing something, to be productive, to be part of society. Because I believe in reality. You know, don't fantasize, be honest with yourself, take ownership, but push through. I mean, because shit's going to happen and you got to work through it. Take time to grieve, to mourn, to feel whatever pain you need to feel. Give yourself some time, give yourself permission to do it, and then get back to business. Get back to business. I don't believe in, like I said, self-pity. I've said that before. And I'm the king of that. When I'm feeling like shit or feeling like I'm not in the game, I take a break. And I need to reconnect. And I am a spiritual person. I won't say I'm religious, but I do believe in a higher being. I do believe in God. And I have to connect and stay close to God, as close as humanly possible, because he keeps me focused on my plan. And even when I say God has a plan and we have a plan, but what I'm learning to do is take my hands off the wheel and let him drive. And I just do my part in it. Is it easy for me to do it? Not so much, because I am a control freak by nature. I want to know what's ahead. Is there a bridge? Is there a toll booth? Do I need to go a different direction? I have to know. And I'm in a place now where I'm learning to exist where I am while I'm traveling. I'm trying to enjoy the journey as I go. And it's something I'm conscious of, more conscious of. I'm more present, more than I've ever been before. And with my parents, with my family, with my partner, I'm more, even with my dog, I am present. But like I said, I'm learning things about myself that have helped me with my plan, and to be more realistic about my plan, and to face my fears with my plan. And my whole point with this podcast is write it down and figure out whether it's, again, if you want to lose weight, then do one thing at a time. If you want to, it might be going on a diet or changing your lifestyle. You know, I had a friend that she wanted to lose weight and she drank Coca-Cola every day. So I told her to just take Coca-Cola out of your life. Take it out. And she managed to lose a significant amount of weight because she just took that one thing out, that Coca-Cola. You know, we all have things that we could change, but you don't have to do it all at one time. You know, you don't. If you want to work a second job, then find a job that works into your lifestyle, that fits your goals, your plan. I don't believe in doing something that's not part of your plan. If it takes you off course, then you shouldn't be doing it. You know, I used to believe you just get a job or you just do this. If it doesn't fall in line with what you're trying to do, then I say don't do it, or do it temporarily. Because sometimes we get real comfortable where we are and we like, oh, I like it here. This is cool. And then sometimes God just makes the change for us. He makes the decision. And I've been in that situation before several times where we hold on to something that God doesn't want us to hold on to anymore. Job, friendship, relationship, whatever it might be. And he disrupts that. And I don't think he's punishing us. I really don't. I think that sometimes you have to reevaluate where you are and what you're doing. You know, and it's painful. It is. And then you got to get back to your plan. What's the plan? And then you have to work on a plan B and sometimes a plan C. And again, I just want to encourage people to do the workaround, you know, because again, like I said, shit's going to happen. And again, I can't say that the political climate has not affected me. It has. I mean, in a big way, more than I thought it would, way more than I thought it would. And I look at people differently. I mean, family, friend, I really do. People's priorities, what they're concerned about, what they're not concerned about. It troubles me. It does. But I can't let it deter me from my plan. I can't let it change my voice, who I want to touch or reach out to. Because I can honestly say there's a level of anger, sadness, confusion, frustration that I feel. And I don't ever want my listeners and whoever might be listening to feel like they're alone. You know, that you are not allowed to feel something. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. Don't deny it. Tell whoever it is, your partners, your spouses, how you really feel. This is the time to be honest. I mean, really painfully honest. This is not the need to hold stuff in. This is not, I'm talking about your children, family members. This is the time to say, you know, what's really going on? Because we're living in a turning point at some point. I really believe that's what we are. And you have to decide, what do you want for your life and the people around you? And the other thing, I don't know about you, but I can't be around people that don't want the best for me. I can't. Even if I wanted to. You know, I'm not saying there can't be people in my life, but you have to change your position with people. There are people that just need to be there just for fluff. You know, if you just want to get out, get away, take a vacation in your mind, those people are great for that. But as far as having conversations of substance and of quality, they're not for that. I can't make life-changing decisions with people that don't want the best for me. Those conversations don't happen. I can't argue or debate with somebody that's ignorant. I'm getting frustrated with somebody who's ignorant. We can't do that anymore either. We have to decide who we want in our circle and do that. And like she said, you can't tell me who I can be. And I have written a screenplay that I'm very protective of. And I don't know what direction I'm taking it. I don't know where to go with it. I'm in the process of copywriting it. And I do want to shop it around. I'm very proud of it. I believe that it needs work, but I know the story is there. I believe that with my whole soul, that my story is there. And like she said, it's a story that needs to be told by me. No one else's voice, no one else's story. It's my story. And I'm willing to go the extra mile to support my story. And again, am I nervous? Am I scared? I am. But like she said, I move in fear. Fear is like my best friend. When I tell you I've done so many things in fear that I have written books about it. And that's the other thing. You have to move fear out the way or take it with you. Pack a bag, take it with you. Fear, sorrow, anger. Because again, I just don't believe in wallowing. Don't sit still. Don't just eat bonbons, drink yourself to death, have sex with different people, whatever it is. And I'm definitely in a place of, I'm proud. I'm proud because I don't believe in self-inflicted pain anymore. I used to inflict so much pain on myself, mentally, emotionally. Again, I could write a book about it. And I don't feel that need anymore. Why am I hurting myself? It's not hurting anybody else but me. I believe in self-care. I believe in taking vacations by yourself, going to the movies by yourself, doing something to make you feel better. Because the only person that's responsible for your happiness is you. The only person. I don't care how many times you've been married, how many kids you have, how much money you have. Nobody can make you happy but you. I've learned that. And all these people that want to blame their parents and their partners and their wives, they can't make you happy 24/7. Again, and even if they are, then what kind of life are they? Are they making themselves happy too? We have to really be mindful of that. People can't be held responsible for your joy every second of the day. And again, like I said before, you can only have so much sex. And I think the big issue with sex is when you stop being intimate with somebody, then sex doesn't matter. Intimacy is the deep conversations, the fear, the shedding, being vulnerable. That's intimacy. That's just as important as sex, if not more important. You have to connect with people that you love. Connect, like feel. And are you going to have days when you don't feel that connection? Yeah, of course. But usually it's because you're caught up in the world. We have all gotten caught up in what's happening in the world. And you're not going to tell me that it's not affecting your relationships with people around you, because you're lying. I'm flat out telling you, you're lying, and they're lying to you. And you got to own the elephant in the room and say, you know what? This is really bothering me. Don't lie. Don't lie about it. And if it's something you need to share with your significant other, again, tell them. Don't tell the friend next door because, Johnny's not listening to me, because you need to tell him. Tell him until he understands it or she understands it. Because seeking counsel outside of your relationship, that's not good either. This ain't a soap opera. This is real life. And the thing is, and if you need to go, then go. But I don't believe in blaming people for your problems. And it gets back to, what's your plan? What's your plan? What are you going to do? Because at the end of the day, it's up to you. And like I said, I don't care what it is. If you want to have a baby, get married, have kids, go to school, get a new job, then you need to put that plan in place. Period. Get divorced. Whatever it may be something good, it might be something bad. But what is your plan? What's your plan? And the other thing is, everybody doesn't have to know your plan. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to put it on Facebook, Twitter, none of that. You simply don't have to announce what you're doing. You don't have to. And you don't need permission to do anything. Now, if you're married or if you share a life with somebody, whatever that might be, then consult. Of course, talk about it. Don't make life-changing decisions without talking to the person if it affects them as well. But if it's just you, do the damn thing. What are we waiting on at this point? And I say this, eat the cookie, buy the shoes. And what I mean is that in moderation, but do what makes you happy. Stop waiting for the rainy day. Stop. And the other thing I want people to know is, I've always heard that question, when is the best time to say I love you? This might be going a little off topic, but not really. What I mean is, when is the best time to say I love you to somebody? Whenever you feel like saying it. The biggest issue that people have is that you need to hear it back. Now, if you're saying it to hear it back, then don't say it. I tell people I love them because I want them to know. I don't need to hear it back. It's just like I can send a text message just saying I was thinking about you. I hope you're having a good day. I don't need to hear a response back. Everything I do now, I do it with intention. I say it with intention. If I'm friends with you, I'm intentionally being your friend. If I'm not your friend, then I'm intentional with that as well. Everything I do since I've entered my 50s, I do with intention. Purposeful. Or I'm not doing it. If I tell you I care, if I tell you I'm concerned about you, I genuinely am. If I say I'm your friend, I am your friend. I'm not the friend you need to talk to every day, though. I don't need to talk to my friends every day to know. They know they're loved. They know beyond a shadow of a doubt. And if something was to happen to me, that wouldn't be a question. They would miss me, but there would be no question, oh, Mose cared about me, or he knew. And like I said, I know you can't baby people either. I don't want people to baby me or feel sorry for me or poor Mose. I don't like being around those people either. I don't need self-pity. I can do that by myself. So I don't need nobody saying, if you're around me, then what's your plan? What can you do to help me? What can I do to help you to be better? Why do we have a friendship? What's our purpose? Why are you in my life? I don't discuss my personal life with people. My relationship, I don't discuss with anybody except my closest friends and God. I don't discuss my parents or with anybody. Anybody that's like intimate in my life, that's exactly what it is. It's sacred to me. Some things are simply sacred, period. If I didn't put it in a book or I don't volunteer it, then you don't need to know it. And people are like, oh, Moses, so this and that. I am. I own it. I do. I don't owe people anything. And any success I've had in my life, I'm not apologizing for it. I don't think you should either. The sacrifices I've made, the hoops I had to jump through, the hurdles and the pain that I had to endure to get what I've had and have, you think I'm going to apologize for that? Hell to the no. And again, I'm in a place of, I'm not angry, I'm just confident. I'm more confident than I've ever been in my life. I still have my insecurities. I have my vulnerabilities and things that still bother me, and I'm working on those things. I have a plan for those things. And some things may never change. Some things may always be the way they are for me. And I'm making peace with that. I really am. I'm making peace with it. And again, my point in this particular podcast is that we all have a reason to be upset, pissed, angry for various reasons. But again, it gets back to, what is your plan? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You're going to sit at home and wallow and, cry the blues every day and hope somebody comes by to see you and say they want to be there with you and they're so sorry that, I can't listen to it. I can't. I don't care if it's a famous person complaining, or I can't see that anymore. I don't need nobody to gaslight me at all about anything. I don't need no help being gaslighted. I have a lot of projects. I have a lot of irons in the fire, and I'm trying to figure out, what can I do to sell myself? What can I do to take Mose Hardin to the next level? That's what I want, the next level. And how can I use my platform to help other people? Because believe me, that's never going to change. I do believe that. I believe whoever you really are, once you come into money and wealth, is magnified. If you're an asshole as a poor person, you're going to be an asshole as a rich one. And I am a generous person. I am a kind person by nature. I don't care what people think about me. So it's like, I know who I am. I know how. There's nothing out there that I'm not aware of that I wouldn't own. There is no stories to tell. I haven't sought revenge on people. Believe me, there are people that they know exactly who they are. People that I wouldn't spit on them if they were on fire. But do I need to mention their names? Do I go out? Do I need to seek revenge? I don't have time for that. I don't have time. There's not enough time for me to be running around trying to figure out how to get this person back. Karma is real. Karma is real. I believe that. The shit you put out there is coming back. Whether I'm there to witness it or not, it's coming back. And some of the things people have done and said and treated me, trust me, they know who they are. I'm not doing that. I'm just not. And do I want to? I'm working on forgiveness, and I'm going to do a podcast on forgiveness. Actually, I'm still working on that in my head because I don't want to lie to you. The one thing I don't want to do is lie to my listeners. But I will say in the future, in 2025, I'm going to have more guests. I'm going to start having guests on my show. And I'm trying to line up some guests that will be intriguing, interesting, inspiring. Because you got to know that anybody I have on my show as a guest has got to be inspiring. Somebody that's going to teach me something, maybe have another perspective that I never thought of. And I don't want to get into arguing with people. I want a healthy debate, a healthy conversation, another thought, another way of looking at it, an aha moment, if you will. And the one thing I want is honesty, transparency. And I do want to push the envelope. I do want to ask the tough questions because there are a lot of people that I want to talk to. To be honest, like transgender, I want to do an interview with a transgender person. I want to understand. You know, there are a lot of things I don't understand. And it's not a matter of judging. I want to ask the tough questions. And again, there are a lot of things in the world that I just question. And I want to meet those people up close. I want to talk to people that do OnlyFans. You know, it's kind of like porn, but you're doing it for yourself. What are the advantages of that? How do you date if you're an OnlyFans person? How do you engage? Because it's you're selling sex. So it's kind of, I don't want to do things for shock value. I just want to understand. There are a lot of things, again, I don't understand. You know, like thruples, 3 people in a relationship. What is that exactly? How does that work? You know, how does the connection of 3 people in a relationship, that's different to me. Open relationships. What does that look like? Help me understand it. I just want to understand people's perspectives, like pansexual. What is pansexuality? What is that exactly? It just sounds like, honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. And that's just a couple things that I really a few things I'm throwing out there. And then the other things as well. I just want to expand my horizons and always keep it interesting. And that being said, I'm actually beginning to work on my first Facebook Live. I've decided to do my Black Experience exhibit as a live stream situation. And wasn't always planned that way, but now it is. And I'm doing something a little different. And I got to admit, I am a little fearful about it. I've never done a live stream before, and I'm still up in the air about it. But my plan is to do a live stream, do my poetry, sell some books, hopefully sell some photography, and just kind of sell myself. But as you know, I will be honest. I will be myself. And again, it's to the best of my ability. I'm going to use my voice who better to sell myself than me. So it's going to be pretty much a one-man show. So look forward to that November 30th, right after Thanksgiving. So again, we'll see how that goes. And of course, it's the holiday season. I do want you to come by my store, All Things Moetic. There's going to be some sales going on. And again, keep an eye out. And again, my store is for the unique person. The gifts that I have, the things that I'm offering are for that unique person in your life, that special person. I can say that my work isn't for everybody. It is for that artist. But it's multi-generational. You know, it really is. My work speaks to the person. So by all means, and I'm trying to expand as much as possible. But again, I do appreciate the support and the people that come through and have been great patrons of my business, as always. And again, as always, I pray life is treating you absolutely well wherever you are in the world, and that you're one day closer to your dreams, hopes, prayers, and aspirations coming true. Thank you for listening.